Pastor Freddie finished it off.
And employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Independence U for an independent you.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Back here in Lakeland, Florida, the Tropics lead at 1-0 on Freddie Mugen's first goal of the season. The Tropics have a 2-0 lead. And just to follow up on your point, Chris, absolutely right. Great to nothing Tropics. Here's Freddie down low, uses the glass. Monalaris with a header, and it goes over the glass and out of play. Knocked away into Luke. Oh, just over the boards, but it will be off with one of the Harrisburg players. Great companies. Log on to staffbuildershr.com. Play in the Florida end of the field. DeFreeman will chase it down now. Gets it over here to Villela. Long ball into the Florida zone. Tracked down there by Tom Malore. One of the two Malore brothers on the Harrisburg roster. In front, knocked out of there and out of danger. Harrisburg will keep possession, however. Marangoni back to help, and he will bring it up. Marangoni loses it. Double team on the far wall by Laidley and Marangoni. Harrisburg will keep control and just get it into the Harrisburg end. Monalaris will bang it off the boards, but that'll go right to Carveo. Cross in front, shot, and that one just hits the near post as Dominic Francis almost tied it. Whistle and a foul against Harrisburg, but Tropics a little sloppy in trying to clear it out of the zone. Monalaris tried to use the boards with his back to the field, and as you can see, Francis just missed.
These are the things they have to clean up, Ryan. You know, it's defensive lapses like that you know, they're going to come back to bite you, and you know what? You got to clean those up.
And I'm not sure if Lucas thought there was pressure coming or what he saw, but it wasn't a play that was a very good decision at the moment. Mugen can't control it in the corner, and the Heat will counter. Takedown on the near board by Alvis. Carabeo, the aggrieved party. Nelson Santana will get the restart. Nope, check that. It'll be DePrima, but fairly harmless ball into the Florida zone. There's Kyle Louise with it. Louise, one of those players from Southeastern that played for Clay Roberts. Was one of the key players for the Lakeland Tropics this past summer in the outdoor USL PDL, which will be the new USL 2 league coming in 2019. Tried to reach Mugen on the long ball, but Santana, the veteran, on the intercept. Finds Ty Hall breaking down the right side, collides with Alvis, and a whistle and a foul against Alvis. And Ty Hall is shaken up. Harrisburg pleading for a blue card, but really just a 50-50 ball that could have gone either way. I don't think Alvis did anything terribly untoward there. They got the leg up a little high, and they are going to call a blue card, 2-minute penalty on Alvis. So maybe the leg got just a little bit high on the challenge there. So Harrisburg will get their first power play of the night. First power play of the season. The Tropics have not given up a power play goal yet this year.
Was that called originally, Brian?
I think it may have been called by someone in the box, because no, Ryan Sigich did not initially pull a blue card, but then was over talking.
It's a mystery to me, because I didn't think it was a.
Yeah, I think probably it was just the leg being a little bit high on the challenge. They call it a dangerous play officially, so 2 minutes for Alvis. Tropics will have Toulouse out on the penalty kill, along with Teixeira, Monalaris, and Guillerme. Nelson Santana going to do the honors here with Francis. Santana gets it on top of the arc. Back to Francis now. Toulouse out there directing some traffic. Here's Carvalho. Gets it deep in the corner. Chance here, and Silva comes out and knocks it away. Good play by Hugo Silva. Teixeira clears it to Toulouse. Toulouse going to look to create his own opportunity perhaps, or at least kill some clock. Good job by Toulouse as he retains possession and will play it now back across the field to Monaleras. Monaleras ahead to Toulouse. Toulouse again. Some nice work, and then he's taken down.
Great job by Max Toulouse there. He probably killed out 30, 40 seconds of the penalty, and just tremendous ball skills. Great job.
Yeah, he was the big off-season signing for the Tropics. Long ball into the zone. Teixeira down there trying to battle. Teixeira comes up with it, but they're going to call a whistle and a foul against Teixeira. Can't really argue with that whistle. Teixeira a little toasty on the challenge there, but might as well make the attempt, certainly, and if the official wants to call it, so be it, as Santana crashes into the boards. He's all right.
It was a foul.
Yeah, it was. No real argument from Teixeira. Francis will get it on the near side here. There's a little bit of a shove on Malor. Steal out in the midfield now by Guillerme. Chance for a 2-on-1. Guillerme with Pereira. Gets it over to Victor. Victor shot! Just off the crossbar. Just a little bit high. Good idea by Pereira as Guillerme and Victor Pereira's team up. Make a great bid for the first shorthanded goal of the year. Pereira's, boy, just about 6 inches above the crossbar, and a good job by Guillerme to actually try and head it back to Pereira's for a second chance, and unfortunately it took just a bad bounce over the dasher boards, or that Victor Pereira's might have had a chance for a second.
About 13 seconds left on the Harrisburg power play here.
Tom Malor shaken up on that last collision down in the Harrisburg end of the field, so he'll be helped off. Yeah, it's been a good penalty kill for the Tropics. They've actually had the best scoring chance. Anthony Arico had a couple of shorthanded goals for the Tropics last year. He is now out there. I'll check that, he is not. So Pereira and JP Reyes now at the top of the box. Santana feeds it down low. Pressure there by Teixeira. Santana with it again. Little give and go there, and Silva makes the save, and there's a rebound try blocked in there nicely by JP Reyes as Francis made a bid for his second of the game. Penalty is over. Alvis back in. Shot, a goal! Nelson Santana from about 60 feet. And I don't think Silva had a very good look at it as it found the top right corner of the net. It won't be a power play goal, but it still ties it at 2.
Great shot.
Yeah, it was well struck, no question about it. As we said, even though Nelson Santana plays defense, he is an offensive threat and picks up Harrisburg's second goal of the game. For Santana, it's his second goal of the season.
Back to square one.
Yeah, after a very good first 15 minutes, the Tropics hamstrung a bit, perhaps by the penalty, and have not been as sharp here in the second period. Toulouse being bothered by Savoy Morgan, one of the good-looking young players signed by the Healy clan. Here's Berche with it. Berche just took a long shot from almost midfield that was easily handled. And there's Toulouse again. Boy, he has been Florida's best player here tonight. JP Reyes with it. Get it back to Silva and now to Caio Ruiz. Silva is a guy that will bring it up into the midfield zone. Of course, the new rule this year in the league is goaltenders cannot possess it in the offensive half of the field until the fourth quarter, but Silva will still certainly come out to the neutral zone and try and set plays up as Lately tries to be a pest in the Harrisburg end. Louise will have to track it down, and he will play it back to Silva as the Tropics will change on the fly here. Just over 8 minutes to go. We're tied at 2. Montoleros leaves it for Teixeira. Silva with it now. Tropics trying to find a little space to operate, but Harrisburg really doing a nice job marking very closely here. That's William Esque that was bothering Silva. Now here's Teixeira. Ed Carreras on the left wing trying to make a run. Montoleros will leave it for Toulouse. Right back to Montoleros, who thought about letting it fly from the yellow line, but a good defensive play by Morgan. This is Thompson with it in the corner, watched by Teixeira. Back now to David Malor. The other half of the Malor brothers. Longtime fixtures for the Heat. Escobar with it. Really, other than that 2-on-1 opportunity shorthanded, the Tropics have not generated a ton of chances here. Guillerme tries to make a steal, but Santana will keep possession. Tried a little give and go there, did Santana and Caraveo, but
it's been the tale of 2 quarters so far, Brian.
Yeah, it really has.
The first quarter, and this has been all Harrisburg second quarter.
Yeah, it really has been. There's a chance again by Caraveo being watched in front by Montoleros, and finally Harrisburg will keep possession. It was Escobar coming out of there with it. Santana gets it over to Ty Hall at the yellow line now. Yeah, both on the scoreboard and the time of possession have belonged to Harrisburg here. Arveo with it, turns, and that's blocked by Montoleros. Comes all the way back out to Santana now. Harrisburg will change. They haven't had a whistle here in quite a while. Inside 6 minutes to go in the half. Through ball to Francis. Francis with it in the corner, rolls it along the dashboard to Silva, able to control it. Long outlet now for Guillerme down there. Here's a chance for the Heat with numbers. Long shot, good block by Montoleros. Boy, he had Francis with him and another winger on the far side, and Morgan let it fly from distance, and that probably was not the best decision. So a break in the action, 5:24 to go here in the second quarter. As we said, it's been all Harrisburg here so far in the second quarter. We'll see if the Tropics can get momentum back. When we return, it's Florida 2, the Heat 2. You are watching MASL.TV.
Stop! Living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun, and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now.
I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With private healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Nelson Santana, one of the Baltimore Blast players that Pat Haley brought with him in the offseason when that big announcement was made. And he's the kind of guy every coach in the league would love to have. He's hard-nosed, he's intense, and pretty good goal scorer on top of being a very good defender. And
quite the hairdo also.
Yeah,
right?
Quite the hairdo to boot, right. But a nice building block for the Heat as they look to turn their fortunes around. Thiago will put it in play. Malor with a shot, and that was mishit. Check 50 miles to the east. The Seawolves of Orlando and Baltimore playing tonight. They are midway through the second quarter as well there at the Silver Spurs Arena, 1-1. So the Seawolves hanging tough with Baltimore. Nice, though, Chris, to have Orlando in the league this year as an expansion team for the Tropics. Certainly makes some travel situations a lot easier for both the Tropics themselves and teams coming to Florida, and really a natural rivalry for Florida.
Yeah, we're looking forward to obviously the 6 games we're playing in this year. Hopefully a lot of fans will go to both cities to watch the games. And, you know, on paper, they've got a really good team, Brian. You know, they're not a stereotypical expansion team. They've compiled a very good roster, and should be some very, you know, good quality games this year.
Yeah, looking forward to that. As you mentioned, the first game here, December 29th, they will play 6 times overall. And that is part of the new emphasis on division games in the MASL this year. Harrisburg with a long restart. Did Silva get caught? Yeah, they waving that off, and something was not right on the restart there. I'm not sure. I think it was actually Florida that was supposed to get the restart.
That's what I thought was happening.
And somehow Harrisburg stepped up and took it. But, yeah.
I was wondering why Hugo was way out of his goal like that.
So, yeah, well, no, I guess
it is Harrisburg.
I guess they are going to say it is Harrisburg's restart, but obviously some confusion there. Marangoni with the takeaway in the middle of the field to Lately. A lot of speed on the floor here for the Tropics with Marangoni, who is a terrific athlete, was actually a participant in the International CrossFit Games a few years ago. Runs about an 11-second 100-meter dash, so certainly a speed plays indoors or outdoors, so we'll see Marangoni out there. He's taken a regular shift after coming in just last weekend from France. Freddie Mugin spot shifting here tonight, but has a goal, and he will take the restart here for the Tropics. Marangoni stays out there along with Teixeira, who will be the trigger man here, tries to get it in front, blocked by Francis, and then played all the way back to Silva. 2 in the first for Florida, 2 here in the second for Harrisburg. Here's Victor Pereras, gets it down to Mugin. Mugin with it, plays it off to Pereras. Pereras faked the shot, tries to set up Monolaris, now back to Pereras and quickly back to Lucas Monolaris, and then to another Lucas Teixeira to Toulouse. Toulouse one-on-one. Still with it, trying to drag it through a couple of defenders, couldn't do it. Harrisburg will counter here. This is Patrick Thompson down the right wing, blocked by Teixeira, and Toulouse will pick up the loose ball. Let's see if he can create an opportunity here. Toulouse tries to get by Thiago, couldn't do it. And Harrisburg will change as Pereras battles on the far side. Santana back out there with DePrima on the defense. Nelson with the long ball into Valela. Over the boards, out of play. It'll be a kick in for the Tropics. Florida would like to get at least one more maybe here before the half to try and reestablish a little of the momentum they had in the first 15 minutes. Ball was too long for Marangoni. Ty Hall will chase it down. Teixeira sticks a leg in there. There's some of the Marangoni speed. Here's Guilherme. Guilherme feeds it through now to Marangoni. Marangoni in the corner, and he's knocked off the ball. Guilherme chasing. Guilherme almost with a steal there. Good effort by The Tropic forward. Long ball to Caraveo now. Caraveo actually steps on it and goes down. Bangs off the board. Chance perhaps there for Vallela, but he will instead play it back out to Santana. 2.5 to go here. First half tied at 2.
Well, Santana runs the show here, right, Brian?
Yep, absolutely. I was just thinking the same thing. He's kind of like a coach out there on the floor. He surveys things, directs traffic, and a cool, collected customer when he's got the ball.
He's been through the wars. He's won some championships in Baltimore. Obviously started in Syracuse with Tommy Tanner, and now he's moved on to Harrisburg with Pat.
Ruiz will pick it up at the yellow line here. Plays it over to Berche. To Silva. Gets it ahead to J.P. Reyes, who lost it, got it back, and then lost it again. Here's Francis. Francis at the yellow line. Long shot, and that one just missed. And on the rebound, Escobar just couldn't get a piece of it. Here's Toulouse. Toulouse down the far boards. Toulouse tries to get it to Montoleris in front. Check that, that's Ruiz. Ruiz battling in the corner. J.P. Reyes steps up, takes a whack at it. And Harrisburg will clear the zone here. Ruiz and Lately will head off. Guilherme back on for the Tropics, as is Victor Pereira, and Berche will go off on a change. Lucas Teixeira on there. He has it now at the midfield stripe. Down to Mujin. Mujin bangs it off the wall in front. Shot, go! Max Toulouse takes the pass from Freddie Mujin off the woodwork and gets it behind the Harrisburg netminder. It's 3-2.
How about his wife?
Well, and that was perhaps a little bit of inexperience on Bonalani's part, the goalkeeper. You can see he really didn't, kind of got caught in no man's land, thought about going for it, then decided maybe I'll play it off the boards, and really just did not play that one very effectively, and Toulouse was right there to collect the loose ball and knock it in. So the Tropics do indeed get the lead back here with just over a minute to play.
That's a big goal,
second
Brian,
of the year, yep.
to restore the lead and obviously get us some confidence back here. You just can't teach experience. You know, Freddie and Max are both veterans of the indoor game, and that had veteran written all over it.
Yep, absolutely right. And on the other side had inexperience written all over it with the goalkeeper. Here's a counter for the Tropics again. It's Marangoni. Gets it on the right side to Guilherme. Guilherme with it. Oh, he's got Pereiras wide open. Finally finds him. Pereiras at the yellow line. Pereiras tees it up for Guilherme at the far post, and Guilherme just knocks it over the crossbar. Yeah, take a look at Bonalani here. Just kind of indecision, and boy, a second's worth of indecision will just cost you forever in this game. And a good job by Toulouse to recognize that Freddie, as we mentioned, is good as anybody in the league at using the boards as an extra player, if you will. And Toulouse was right there to take advantage. So
just goes to show you how valuable Freddie is to this team. You know, he's been spot shifted tonight. You know, goal and an assist,
yeah.
And like I said, his absence is really felt.
Lately, shot, Montoleris, shot to go! Well, we were hoping for one, but we got two in the final couple of minutes as Lucas Montoleris takes one off the boards. Joanne Lately doing the work on the far side, and a good effort by Montoleris to get there. Didn't know if he was going to quite get there or not, but used every bit of his 6-foot frame to knock it in, and the Tropics have a 4-2 lead.
You know what I've noticed, Brian? Every time I talk, somebody scores, especially us. So I think I'll just be quiet the rest of the game and what you call your goal call here.
That's all right. We'll take them however we get them. So Montoleris, I believe that's his third of the year. So another one that's stepping up to fill some of the offensive void here. Don't give up one now. Tropics with their 2-goal lead back. Harrisburg with some urgency here. This is Eske with it, being watched by Teixeira. Eske, his yellow line, tries to create an opportunity. Gets it on the right side to Vallela in the corner. Vallela has it taken away on a nice play by Pereira. But there's a shot. Oh, good leg save by Silva. One of his best of the night right at the buzzer. Big save by Hugo right there. As the Tropics get too late in the second quarter, and Hugo Silva makes sure he keeps the heat off the scoreboard there in the final seconds. So, Chris, kind of an unusual first half. It was all Florida in the first quarter. It was all Harrisburg for about 12 or 13 minutes in the second quarter, but the Tropics go to the locker room with a 4-2 lead.
You know, it's the beauty or the nuance of the indoor game, Brian. You know, it totally outplayed that quarter. You know, we're complaining about how it's a tale of two games, or a tale of two quarters, and all of a sudden in the last minute of play, we get 2 goals, and now we're up 4-2 again. So, you know what, hats off to the guys. They responded in a positive manner, and we'll see. Should be an exciting second half.
Yep. Welcome to the wild and wacky world of the Major Arena Soccer League. We'll take a look back at the first half in just a moment. This is www.masl.tv.
Stop living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun, and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now.
I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
That was the best thing I've ever done. It looks good on me.
Call in the next 5 minutes to get your free brochure at no obligation. It will tell you everything you need to know about your hair loss problem, and it's free if you call now.
I am more pleased than what I had even imagined.
I at least look, I would say, 5 years younger.
I'm 52, and I look better now than I did when I was in my 40s.
I feel great.
And that's not all. The first 100 people who call will also receive $250 off any hair loss solution from Hair Club. Call now.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid. Your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you call now.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Well, an interesting half of indoor soccer here in Central Florida tonight as the Tropics go to the locker room with a 4-2 lead. As it turns out, Harrisburg has to be a little bit disappointed that they are again down by 2 after being so thoroughly dominated in the first 15 minutes and then playing so well. Missed, though, on the power play opportunity. They hit a post, and that may have changed things just a little bit as the Tropics kind of regained their footing there in the final couple of minutes, and then the big goals, the final one by Lucas Monaleras to make it 4-2. So that's where we stand at halftime. The MASL every week honors its best players or best performers, and as you can see, Nelson Santana, the MASL Team of the Week honoree for defense. Utica City's Jake Schindler, always a thorn in the side to the Tropics, also on defense, and arguably the best goaltender in the game, and really probably not even arguably, is the best goaltender in the game, William Benzela of Baltimore there as the goalkeeper of the week, and he is doing it again in Orlando tonight as the Blast and the Seawolves are tied at just 1-1 at halftime. Here in Lakeland, it's the Tropics 4 and the Harrisburg Heat 2. We'll be back and look at first half highlights in just a moment.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid. Your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Tropics 4, the Harrisburg Heat 2, as we wind through our halftime here at the RP Funding Center in Lakeland. The Tropics breaking out early in that first quarter, a very good quarter of play, and a 2-0 lead in that quarter. It didn't take long for Freddie Mugin to be welcomed back to the Florida lineup, getting his first of the season. Just 8:30 into the game, Juwan Lately picking up the assist as Freddie Mugin, really such an important player. Actually, it was Toulouse picking up the assist. As you can see, Freddie buries one far post. Nice play by Max Toulouse, who had just an outstanding first 30 minutes for the Tropics. Kept possession there after almost losing it, and Freddie's such a good finisher. It's his 12th season now in professional indoor soccer. We have to go all the way back to the New Jersey Ironmen in 2007-2008 for Mugin's debut. And Guilherme, his 4th goal of the season. He was actually credited with 3 last week in a game, and he actually only had 2. So that's his 4th of the year. And then Guilherme just missing, and then a follow-up just missing for the Tropics as well, as Florida had such good play in that first quarter. But in the second, Carvalho at 1:13 on the restart, just able to get the redirect past Hugo Silva. Not happy about that, and that cut the Tropics lead to 2-1. And then it was Carvalho again on the power play, and that was the chance by Francis that just went off the post. A very good opportunity, but the Heat would tie it up just a little bit later. It was not a power play goal. Ty Hall there knocked to the turf by Rafa Alves, who was blue carded for a dangerous play. And on the shorthanded situation, Victor Pereira's just missed high on the crossbar. Here's another look at it as he was set up by Guilherme and had William Banalani, the Harrisburg goaltender beaten, but just missed. Here's Santana's then great shot, just a bomb into the upper 40 from about 60 feet. I don't know if Silva had a great look at it, but really just a perfect strike for Santana. That tied the game at 2. That came at the 5:40 mark. And then Freddie off the boards in front. Toulouse, as we said, with a terrific half, and he was the beneficiary of the good look by Mugin. And that made it a 3-2 game at that point. Bonalani kind of in no man's land there, and Toulouse, the veteran, made him pay. And then in the final minute, Juan Lately being watched by DePrima, but a great ball off the boards, and Lucas Monaleris with an excellent run off the boards and parked at the far post to get just enough of it and knocked it into the open goal. Bonalani with really no chance on that one, and that's where we stand at 4-2, the Tropics leading the Heat. Mugin, DeSantos, Toulouse with the goals for Florida, along with Monaleris. The Tropics credited with 5 shots on goal in the half. Harrisburg, Carvalho, and Santana with the goals, and 4 shots credited for Harrisburg in the first 30 minutes. So we'll see what happens in the third quarter. Definitely 2 different quarters in that first half. We'll see which teams come out in the second. We'll play it all out for you in just a minute when we come back to the RP Funding Center in Lakeland, Florida. This is MASL.TV.
Stop. Living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun, and no one wants to be bald. But there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now.
I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
It was the best thing I've ever done.
It looks good on me.
Call in the next 5 minutes to get your free brochure at no obligation. It will tell you everything you need to know about your hair loss problem, and it's free if you call now.
I am more pleased than what I had even imagined.
I at least look, I would say, 5 years younger.
I'm 52, and I look better now than I did when I was in my 40s.
I feel great.
And that's not all. The first 100 people who call will also receive $250 off any hair loss solution from Hair Club. Call now.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
This is the first of a 3-game homestand for the Tropics, as they will be home for the holidays at least. And you take a look at that upcoming schedule, a big showdown next Saturday here in the RP Funding Center. The Milwaukee Wave will be in town. Probably the team to beat in the South Central and one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the entire MASL. And then the rivalry kicks off in earnest against the Orlando Seawolves, who will be here twice, first on December 29th and then again on January 12th. In fact, I believe all 3 of the home games for Lakeland come in the first 3 meetings, and then the last 3 are in Orlando. Between those 2 Seawolves games, a road trip to the Midwest against St. Louis on January 5th, and then a tough matchup to the Comets on the 6th. Joined by Tropics head coach Clay Roberts. And Coach, kind of a tale of two quarters there. A great first quarter, and then Harrisburg kind of took play away from you in that second quarter. You got to feel good, though, about the fact that in those final 2 minutes you got 2 more on the board.
Yeah, it was obviously good to get those final 2 and kind of push the margin there before we go into the half. You know, a couple bad mistakes there. The goals coming on set pieces, the corner and the power play, but the power play came. We were trying to get Rocca off right there, so just unfortunate. You know, but the guys responded well. You know, we got those last 2 goals out of creating good possession and knew they're a little loose on long runs, so we took the risk and 2 goals out of the same element. So we'll look to that in the second half, but we've got to do better defensively as a group. It'll be a big defensive stand as a group collectively to win it for us.
And here's an easy one. How nice is it to have Freddie Mugin back in the lineup?
Yeah, obviously Fred's not moving the way that we know he can, but he's moving enough. You know, goal and assist, I think. And so that's just his veteran, expertise that we need right now. And so he's helping us out a lot, and so he'll play sporadically again in the offensive element. So look for him for another goal probably. So again, it's going to be a big effort for us.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck in the second half, and we'll see if we can bring home a win here tonight.
Thank you.
Clay Roberts, the coach of the Florida Tropics. Freddie Mugin is actually the assistant coach. And as Clay mentioned, he's not 100% yet, Freddie, but he is close. And certainly the time he was on the floor in the first 30 minutes, impressive with a goal and an assist. Chris, nice to have, as Clay said, that veteran leadership back on the floor. And if we can see a little tighter defensive effort here in the second half, I think we can bring that win home.
Well, let's hope so. Like you said, I mean, Freddie's, a very valuable card to the team. Again, you can't teach what he has in the experience, a proven, commodity at this level. A little concerning is I haven't seen Anthony Rico on the floor, or if he got hurt or what's going on with Anthony, but after the first 5 minutes, we didn't see him back on the floor. We'll have to get an update from somebody on his status.
Yeah, good point. Rico has been an important offensive piece as well in the absence of some of the Tropics top scorers. You talk about Freddie Mugin being a veteran. This is his 185th career game indoors. He was the Rookie of the Year in the MISL back in 2007, 2008, and he really just hasn't stopped since. In those 184 games coming into tonight, 177 goals and 81 assists. So basically a goal a game for his entire professional career, and he has done that again here tonight. So nice to have Freddie back, and as Clay said, he will work himself back into the lineup on a more regular basis over the next few weeks, but his presence has been noted. So we'll see about Anthony Rico, and hopefully nothing too serious with Anthony. Had that spectacular bicycle kick goal against St. Louis in the opener.
All teams go through it, Brian. All teams have to deal with injuries and having key players out. You just got to suck it up, and as they say, next man up. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us, that's for sure.
No.
That's for sure.
And as we pointed out, with the injuries, and there was a look at Guilherme real briefly, I mean, he's been a find. We knew he was a good offensive player in Brazil in his futsal league down there in the pro leagues. He actually plays as a forward, so obviously he has those skills, and we have seen them come out in a big way here in the Tropics' first few weeks of the season. As we are underway, Monolaris will play it off the boards to Toulouse. Thought maybe he could find Guilherme behind the Harrisburg defense, but Santana back there would have none of that. 5 aside here to start the quarter. Only one penalty in the game, and that was to the Tropics' Rafa Alves. Here's Valela with it. Being watched by Pereira. Shot, and that's off the boards. Rebound, and Francis did not make a good strike on it there. And Silva will cover up. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Southern Homes. Southern Homes is an award-winning home builder and is giving away 12 gifts until December 21st. For more information, log on to mysouthernhome.com. Southern Homes is a neighbor you can trust. JP Reyes gets it over to Berche. Back to his teammate last year in Harrisburg and Hugo Silva. Long ball down for Laidley. Laidley has it knocked away. Always marvel at Lately's strength. For as small as he is, he uses his body as well as just about anybody on the team.
Yeah, he had a great first year, and then he broke his leg during the offseason in the second year, and obviously that shot last year for him. But he's come back nicely this year.
Yeah, he has, and yeah, last year kind of a lost season because of that broken leg, but his speed, which is one of his major assets, doesn't seem to be impacted a great deal, and it is nice to have his energy back in the lineup. Here's Teixeira, intercepted by Thiago, and now picked up by Ruiz at the midfield line. Ruiz looks for some help. Tried to get it to Marangoni, but couldn't connect. Thiago with it. Marangoni watching Morgan. Tavoy Morgan with it into the zone, and a nice read by Hugo Silva as Morgan was trying to go far post to tie Paul, but Silva had it read.
When Morgan went around Marangoni like it was standing still there.
Ball is loose at the midfield line, and Harrisburg will pick it up. Hall has it after getting the pass from Thompson. Malor on the right side now. That's Thiago with it back to Malor. Harrisburg organizing now. Challenged by Mugin. Into the offensive third, but the Heat will pull it back out. Malor on the left side now to Thiago. Thiago watched by J.P. Reyes, and he will get it to Freddie Mugin. Thiago almost on a steal there. Here's a long outlet by Silva. Gets it to Guilherme. Guilherme makes an attempt, and Bonalini with a pretty good play right there at the top of the box. Here's a counter chance for the Heat. Shot in front's knocked away. Good play by J.P. Reyes back on defense. Check that. That was Monaleris making the play. Bonalini learning as he goes here for the Heat in his first year. Takes it over the yellow line, drives it into the Florida end of the field. Picked up there by Carvalho. Carvalho dangerous with the ball. Double teamed for a bit and pulls it back out. Four minutes gone here in the second half. Tropics with a 4-2 lead. Thanks to a couple of late goals in the second quarter there. This is Escobar with it. Back to Santana wearing the captain's band tonight. No surprise. Santana feeds it into the Tropics end of the field. Knocked down for Lately. Let's see if he can catch up. Nope, Santana going to get there. Just ahead of Lately. Santana and Lately still battling, and the officials let him go. Marangoni stuck a leg in there. Lately will keep it alive to, there's Arico, Anthony Arico on the floor now. And he's taken down hard. No blue card, but a foul against Harrisburg. So apparently Arico is all right. Maybe got a rewrap at halftime or something. But,
yeah, it's good to see him back on the floor.
Yeah, he did not, I don't remember him taking any kind of a shift at all in the first half, to be honest. Maybe
well, he played in the first couple minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe a couple early on, but that was it. Silva will play it on the near boards to J.P. Reyes. Silva will bring it over the yellow line to Pereira and right back to Silva. Hugo will drive it into the Harrisburg end of the field, but went over to Lutz's head. He had Guilherme lurking down in the corner, but it never got through. Francis with it. Nice play by Berche as he steps up. Shot in front by Mugin, just misses. Still loose in front, and Harrisburg will knock it back out to midfield. Santana getting the ball out of trouble there. Tropics seem a little more composed and a little more aggressive here to start the third quarter. One is deflected out of play. Nope, it went off Silva's foot, so quick restart for Harrisburg here. Thompson making a run. Instead, there's a shot right on, and Silva makes the save as Valela let it go from about 40 feet. Right at Silva. Monolaris, who got that fourth Tropics goal with it, gets it up to Pereiras and then right back to Lucas. Monolaris will head to the bench as Silva looks down the field and again puts it out of play. A couple of miss hits there by Silva.
.8:38 left in the third period here.
Been a better stretch here for the Tropics as Caraveo takes a whack at it from distance. Here's Marangoni, and he has it taken away. That's Valela trying to hit Ty Hall coming down the right wing, making a run there, but couldn't do it. And Silva will cover up. Tried to find Toulouse at the midfield line, couldn't do it. Harrisburg will control, challenge in there by Teixeira. Long ball into the zone, shot, and a good opportunity there by Caraveo as he took it off his chest. Another shot, and Silva right there making the save on William Esque.
Harrisburg started to carry the play again, Brian.
Been a long stretch again without a whistle here. Ruiz loses it. Santana will pick it up for the Heat. Being watched by Marangoni. Nice ball down to Thiago. Thiago chips it in front, and Silva had that one read. Here's Marangoni. Let's see if he can use some of his speed here. Instead, tried to hit Mugin on the long ball and didn't have enough mustard on it. Stepped in front, did Santana to take it away.
Congratulations, Tropic fans in section 211, row A, seats 1 and 2. You were tonight's winner of the Pond Clinic VIP.
Monolaris with a header, and he gets it to his teammate Ruiz. Tried to get Marangoni, but couldn't hit him in stride, and Marangoni loses it to the Heat one more time. So yeah, the Tropics all of a sudden not being able to run much possession here at all.
Marangoni's getting a baptism under fire here to the indoor game.
He'll learn a lot, but you can see that he definitely has the potential to be an asset. Here's Marangoni. Check that. That's Guilherme with it. Gets it to Monolaris. Monolaris will allow the Tropics to complete a line change here. So we're inside 6.5 minutes to go in the quarter. AP Reyes back on. Guilherme up front with Rico now and Toulouse. Rico with a career best 12 goals last year. He played defense mainly for the Tropics in their first season, scored 6 goals, but moved up to the midfield line last year and had a career best 12 goals. In fact, that was his career best by many. Toulouse leaves it for Teixeira. Shot, goal! Lucas Teixeira buries it. And a nice play by Max Toulouse to let that ball go through all the way to Teixeira, who was making the run. So the Tropics lead at 5-2. There's the ball into the corner. And there's Toulouse letting it go. Laidley lets it go. And Teixeira following up on the play.
He got
just in perfect position at the top of the arc.
He got a fortuitous bounce there.
He sure did. We'll be back in a moment.
Stop. Living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun, and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now.
I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Well, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Hugo Silva has been looking forward to this game for a long time, having played in Harrisburg for the last couple of years. And there's one of his good saves tonight on a former teammate in Villela, and then another one as Silva has shut the door on Harrisburg here in the second half after the Heat had tied it in the second quarter. So that's why we are at 5-2. A big night for Hugo Silva, and the Tropics expect that a lot this year. He had personally been a one-man wrecking crew against Florida for the last couple of years. Nice to have him on our side for a change.
Yeah, you mentioned key off-season acquisitions, Brian. I'd say he was probably our biggest acquisition, to be honest with you. We felt that we got one of the better keepers in the league. Who should be a staple back and forth for many, many years to come, and hopefully, he can sort of lead the way from a defensive standpoint.
Silva looks deep downfield, and it'll stay in play as Reyes will battle a former teammate in Ty Hall there, and Reyes will come out of there with it. Gets it to Berche. Berche with that launch shot with the left foot, and he just missed by a couple of feet. Good idea by Berche from distance. Coyle Chiropractic is located on Bartow Road in Lakeland. Dr. Mike Coyle is your local spine health specialist. Go to CoyleCryo.net and see our full list of services, read testimonials, and much more. So start your road to total pain relief. Log on to CoyleChiro.net. Thompson with it for the Heat here. Into the Florida zone, making a run is Meller. Shot, another good save by Silva. He has been sharp here in the third quarter. Those low shots are not as easy as they look to the average fan. And Silva's a big guy. He goes about 6'2", so getting that frame down to the carpet and making a save and not allowing any kind of a rebound is not an easy task, and he makes it look pretty easy most of the time. Meller challenged by Teixeira briefly. As Harrisburg trails now 5-2.
Yeah, I think the next goal, Brian, is going to be a huge goal. Not that that's any sort of great analogy here, but I think 6-2 or 5-3 makes a huge, huge difference.
Well, if you know anything about Pat Healy, he'll go down fighting, that's for sure. But yeah, I think so. I think Harrisburg could either gain some of the momentum back, or Florida might really start to pull away. Here's a counter opportunity. Toulouse with it. Toulouse. Double teamed briefly, but will come out of there with the ball.
He's played really, really well tonight. He's been all over the floor. Goal, a couple of assists. Had a really, really good game.
Yep. Best player on the floor for my money tonight for the Tropics. Rico with it now. Get it over to Pereiras. Pereiras just on.
Congratulations to Anthony Rico. He was named team captain this year.
Yep, one of the guys that will wear the captain's band. That is something that Coach Clay Roberts talked a lot about in the preseason directly with the guys. And that's the leadership role that some of the veterans like Rico and Diegas and J.P. Reyes and others need to show. Here's a long shot by Pereiras that was harmless.
That's one thing about Anthony. You know, he's always going to give you 150%. You know, whether you're down by 4, up by 5, whatever, he's always out there giving it his all, and you just can't teach heart.
Great intensity, great mustache this year too, by the way.
I didn't really notice it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even hardly recognize him for the opening night. He got the haircut, got the mustache going. And
he's trying to copy the guy in Baltimore. What's the guy's name in Baltimore?
Andrew Hoxie. No,
yeah.
You got a long way to go to get to Andrew Hoxie class, let me tell you. Silva will play it down to Mugin. Mugin let it go through to Pereiras, but Ty Hall was there but puts it out of play. So this will be a dangerous restart chance here for the Tropics from the top of the arc. Let's see if Berche comes out here. He will. I think Freddie's going to stay on the floor. Guilherme will come out. Pereiras and Manoleras. Nope, Berche not going to. He started out, but they sent him back. So Pereiras with it. Pereiras, nope, they're going to call a timeout. So Berche may, in fact, eventually come out for the restart.
It's one of those questions I always ask, Brian. Do teams wait till they set up to see what's going on and they call a time? I mean, is there that much coaching strategy involved there, or is it just to piss you off or something?
Yeah, probably more the latter, because it's basically you're going to go with a 3-man wall, and beyond that, yeah, there's not a lot that you can probably learn. As we mentioned, the Milwaukee Wave will be in town next Saturday night. The Wave, the longest continuously operated pro soccer franchise in the U.S., indoor out. They played their first season back in the old American Indoor Soccer Association in 1984. They'll be here next Saturday in a big South Central Division showdown. The Seawolves will be here twice then. The big rivalry starts on December 29th, Chris, with the Seawolves here. Both Milwaukee and Orlando will be fun to watch, but I think a little extra emphasis on that Orlando game being so close in proximity.
Well, again, I mean, there's a natural rivalry there, you know, proximity. Like I said earlier, hopefully we'll have a lot of fans going back and forth to both venues to watch the games. But talking a little bit about the Milwaukee Wave franchise, what a tremendous franchise. You know, like I said, the longest running soccer franchise in the country. They just do a tremendous job up there. Great crowds, a great atmosphere. You know, I love their, was it their gray or their black?
Black turf and
black turf.
Yeah,
I mean, it's but more than that, you know, they've been a marquee franchise for so many years. And, you know, knowing what it takes to stay on top of my days in Rochester, you know, when you're up there, it's hard to step there year after year after year. And they do a tremendous job.
Yeah, and they're really good. Maybe the game's best player, and Ian Bennett, will be featured in that one. So come on out here to the RP Funding Center next Saturday night. Should be a good one against the Wave. Pereiras on the restart. Pereiras off to Berche. There's the big shot and the block by Santana. So the Tropics didn't fool anyone there, as Berche did in fact come on for the restart and pull the trigger. He'll do the kick in here from the far side. Picks up the loose ball and will play it back to Manoleras.
You can't give up one late here. It'll turn the entire momentum, so they got to be very careful not to give up a late goal here.
Muela will come out of there with it for the Heat. Kind of a 3-on-3. Guilherme fell down. There's a whistle and a foul. Manoleras took his man down. That was Carvalho on the far side, and he's shaken up. Carvalho trying to find somebody to make a run, and Manoleras just stuck a leg out there. He did have, looked like maybe Ty Hall making a run there in the midfield, but couldn't get it to him. So they will tend to the Heat's leading scorer coming into tonight, Ricardo Carvalho. He's been in the Heat lineup for a couple of years now and been one of their better players.
It didn't look like much, Brian. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just kind of a funny, kind of an awkward strike. You know, Manoleras just kind of flicked the leg out there just going by, and was did look pretty harmless, but
maybe he fell on it wrong or twisted the ankle or knee or something. I don't know. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, not a guy that the Heat can afford to miss at all, especially down here 5-2. Suncoast Credit Union now has 2 locations in Polk County. Our pledge is to help save you money. For special member benefits and more information on becoming a Suncoast Credit Union member, check us out at suncoastcreditunion.com. Your fantastic future starts here. They are the sponsors this year of the Tropics Gold program, which is a nice program in a lot of public schools here in the greater Lakeland area that encourages kids to get good grades, to read and earn tickets to Tropics games. So we thank Suncoast Credit Union for their support of the Tropics Gold program here in the 2018-19 season. So Harrisburg will get a restart from about 65 feet out here. There's a shot in Silva with a good save. Saw that one all the way and was able to knock it out of danger. Thiago with it, pushed down by Guilherme, a whistle and a foul. Rico with a helping hand there on Thiago. Another one who has been a regular in the Heat lineup over the last couple of years. Ty Hall and Monolaris collide, and the Tropics will come out of there with it. Guilherme tries to get it ahead to Rico. Rico tries to get it by Miller, but a good job by a veteran defender there, and David Miller.
Not a couple of speed demons after the ball.
No, Anthony, he's not slow, but I mean, I wouldn't want to race him. But yeah, he's not lately fast. Let's put it that way. Speaking of Juwan, he will hustle back to get into play. Thompson with it.
Nice play by Rico.
Yep.
You got numbers here.
Ferreras gets it ahead to Lately. Juwan Lately over the yellow line. Tough shot off the boards, and nobody able to make a run there for the Tropics. Monolaris was well behind the play that time. That was the combination that worked so well in the end of the first half. There's a push down by Morgan, but the Heat can't control it in the Florida end, but they will take possession out near the midway line. Thiago with it, being watched by Lately. Last 30 seconds of the quarter, so you want to be careful here. Thiago almost got around Lately. There was a hold and a whistle and a foul. So Thiago will win that little one-on-one battle, and a restart here from kind of a dangerous spot. Thiago will lay it across the floor. Here's a long shot and a nice sliding block by Victor Ferreras. Talk about his offensive play, but at midfield he is also can be a very good defender, and of course usually wears the 6th attacker jersey if the Tropics need it. One last chance perhaps here for the Tropics, but they will play it back into their own zone and let time expire. So just one goal in that third quarter. It belonged to Florida as Lucas Teixeira gets the 5th marker of the evening for the Tropics on a nice play off the boards. That long ball into the Harrisburg zone. So we will have 15 minutes of soccer left in Lakeland tonight. It's the Tropics 5, the Heat 2. Back in a moment.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid. Your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
15 minutes to play here in Lakeland, Florida tonight. The Tropics 5, the Heat 2. We mentioned that last weekend, Chris. We should talk just a little bit about that because people see that. Well, yeah, it was a lost weekend, and the quicker the team gets it behind them, the happier. But that 10-0 score sheet in Mississauga, very misleading because the Tropics basically only played 2 starters in that game. The rest of the lineup, the majority of the lineup at least, was made up of amateur players from the Canadian area that the team had to sign because most of our guys could not travel and play in Canada under their immigration laws, and so it was really a difficult way to start the road trip.
Well, I'll talk about Utica first. That's a positive.
Here's Guilherme.
Whoa, what a goal! See, I'm talking to get in the score. That was a bullet.
I'm telling you, the guy's the finisher. And you just don't find a lot of those guys in this sport. And
I'm telling you, that was a world-class goal. Unbelievable shot.
Just a bomb into the upper 40, and Guilherme with his 5th now of the season. And we'll take another look at it. Sanalani, I think, perhaps surprised that Guilherme would tee it up from that distance, really about 55, maybe even closer to 60 feet as we take a look outside the yellow line, but just a perfectly placed shot.
Well, going back to our conversation, Brian, I want to commend Utica. I think Utica this year, there's no shame in losing to Utica. I think that they have a championship caliber club there. Tommy Tanner's done a tremendous job, and with the formation of the Utica Comets now, as their parent team or as the new ownership group there, I think that's a model franchise. And losing to a team like that, who's, again, I think is one of the best teams in the league, there's no crime in that. But the previous game in Mississauga, I mean, it's you know, it was a farce in terms of, you know, having, you know, the team called the Florida Tropics even being called that. You know, and I'm not going to lay blame on the league or on us or on whoever, but we started the process to try and get all the necessary paperwork a month and a half out, and it still wasn't enough time. So we essentially flew up 2 teams. We flew up the team that stayed over in Buffalo on the night that we played Mississauga. I'll be quiet here.
As Victor Pereira's lets one go and Banalani gets the save. And here's a chance. Ty Hall couldn't corral the opportunity there, and Pereira's has it now. Pereira's one-on-one, gets it over to Guilherme again. Guilherme to Toulouse out at the yellow line. Toulouse, oh, nice move. Toulouse shot, and that's blocked by DePrima on the defense. But yeah, you know who I felt worse for more than anybody was the fans in Mississauga who had to pay for that.
Well, exactly.
Because it just wasn't a competitive game. It never had a chance to be a competitive game.
And we let the league know what was happening every minute. You know, there was no reflection on the Tropics, no reflection on, you know, the quality of the MASL. It was just a negative, you know, the whole thing was just a bad scenario all the way around.
Great save by Silva, maybe his best of the night on Tavoy Morgan there. Morgan at point-blank range, and Silva able to make the save and then cleans it up from Morgan's feet right there.
So in summation, Brian, even though we're really 1-2, in my eyes, we're really 1-1.
Well, that's what I said. Tonight's kind of a reboot opportunity to get back to 500. Basically, now you're 0-0 with a 20-game season. And so tonight's game is important. There's no question about it. And Clay Roberts in practice this week talked a lot about that.
Well, especially with Milwaukee coming in twice within a couple of weeks. You know, I mean, those will be twice within a couple of weeks. You know, I mean, those will be 2 very, very tough games. No disrespect to Orlando. But, you know, you have to win your home games. That's the bottom line. And then go 500 on the road.
Carvalho with it, being watched by Monolaris on top to Thompson now. Thompson pulls the trigger, never quite got through. Still loose in front, punched out of there nicely by Silva. Used all of his 6'2" frame there. Santana will take a knock, but the Tropics will go on the power play. There it is right there. Yeah, that is a knock to the head, no question about it. And it's Malor that will go to the penalty box. David Malor for 2 minutes. We'll be back in just a moment. It's the Tropics 6, the Heat 2.
Stop living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun, and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now.
I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With private healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Back underway here in Lakeland, so David Miller not only draws the 2-minute penalty, he also drew a yellow card, which is an additional 5 minutes in the box, but the Tropics will only get the power play for 2. Guilherme out there looking for a hat trick. Monolaris, Pereiras up top. Max Falut. There is Guilherme down low. Guilherme tries the sidewinder and knocks it out of the play. I think he's feeling a little confident right now, huh?
Yeah, that wasn't
Why
quite
not?
the last shot, though.
Yeah, why not? And now we've got another stoppage here, and I don't must be the official media timeout here. So thought they'd already taken that with the penalty, or with the injury to Teixeira. He was up and seems to be okay. Of course, anytime you have a headshot like that, you worry a little bit about a concussion, but we'll take a look and see if Lucas comes back in. So the Tropics on the verge perhaps of their second win of the season, and a big part of that is Hugo Silva, the former Harrisburg Heat netminder, who has come up big for the Tropics time and again here tonight. There's a stop in front on a chance here in the second half. And one of the things I've noticed about Silva now that we've seen him on a more regular basis is he just doesn't give up a lot of rebounds. And, you know, you see a lot of goals like that sometimes in this league where a goaltender will bobble it or can't handle a hot shot, and there's a loose ball in front, and there's a Harrisburg player just there to make a play. There's another nice play on Morgan. Again, didn't look all that difficult, but perfectly read by Silva. And, you know, this is his third year now in the league, so he is a kind of a young veteran, if you will, and I think his play reflects that.
He's a big body. He's a big man. And he's fearless. You know, you see, you know, where a lot of keepers sometimes may not, you know, go out and challenge a shooter the way that he just did on that last highlight we saw. He's gone out. He's done a tremendous job tonight, and that's exactly why we went out and signed him, to be honest with you.
And he's fun to watch. He cheers himself and gets the crowd going with his saves. And, yeah, just a completely different kind of vibe in goal, if you will. Here's Talut, 3-on-2 for the Tropics if they hurry. Right side to Pereiras. Pereiras, Tropics on the power play. He's triple teamed or double teamed over there, and finally gets it back to Monolaris. Whistle, and they're actually going to call Pereiras on the foul. Chance here for the Tropics probably to put things out of reach. You don't ever want to say that in the indoor game, but we're down to just about 7 minutes to play and a 4-goal lead for the Tropics, and they are on the power play here for the next minute 9. Baltimore, by the way, has taken a 3-1 lead now over Orlando in the 4th quarter at the Silver Spurs Arena tonight. Orlando would fall to 0-2 if they don't have a comeback in that one. As we said, they will be here on December 29th. Here's Toulouse, plays it back out to Pereira, and takes a big bounce and out of play. So a break for the Heat. They should be able to run a little clock here. Orlando actually led that one 1-0, but the Blast scoring twice in the 3rd quarter, and they're now midway through the 4th.
That's why they're the champions, Brian. You know, year in, year out. Ed Hale and, you know, used to be Kevin Healy down there. You know, Ed now with Mike Conway. They do a great job down in Baltimore every year. You know, they're right there.
3 years in a row they have won the MASL crown.
Danny Kelly, in my opinion, you know, is one of the best coaches in soccer, period, in this country.
Toulouse lays it up to Guilherme. Shot, go! There's the hat trick for Guilherme, and it will count as a hat trick tonight.
Well, if he's not on Team of the Week this week, there's something right in Denmark. I don't know. You know.
Again, a nice finish by Guilherme. This time, instead of going top shelf, he kept it right along the carpet. And 3 tonight for Guilherme. 6 now on the season in just his 3rd game. A nice little layoff from Toulouse, and good patience by Guilherme with that one extra touch to put himself in position for the shot. And it's 7-2 Tropics just like that, and that might be the backbreaker here tonight.
It's more than 6, Brian, because he had 3 in Utica. 3
yeah, but he didn't. He actually only had 2, and Berche got the last goal, and they have not changed it yet on the official Massel stats.
So what do I know?
Well, yeah, he was on the floor and was actually not all that far away from the redirect, but it definitely went in off one of the Utica players, and so the MASL knows about it. They just haven't made the change yet on their score sheet. 6th attacker time and a shot, a goal for Harrisburg. Francis with his 2nd of the night from very deep in the right corner. So as we said, the Heat will not go without a fight here, as just seconds after Guilherme gave the Tropics a 5-goal lead, Francis buries one from very deep in the right corner, very difficult angle.
Yeah, I think that's one that Hugo would probably want to have back, to be honest with you.
Nice little one-touch, though, by Francis. He just redirected it immediately, and Silva kind of hung out to dry, at least in his mind, by the defense, but really a nice executed play by the Heat. So it's 7-3, still time, 5:50 to play.
It's the beauty of indoor soccer, Brian. It ain't over till it's over.
The beauty in the eye of the beholder in this case, but you're right, it can happen fast and furious. Here's Rico. Tries to get ahead of the field, taken down by Francis, and no blue card. Anthony arguing for one, and he doesn't need to go to the box himself, so Victor Pereira does a good job getting over there to make sure Anthony gets out of harm's way. A little bit of contact there, but nothing too serious. So Harrisburg with the 6th attacker now. Probably will go that way the rest of the 4th quarter.
See, this is where I'll be quiet again.
Yeah. Pereira's with a good steal.
This is where possession is just as important as scoring a goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've seen things in the past where, you know, guys get goal hungry and go for the goal and miss, and they come back and they counter and they score. They just hold the ball, kill the clock.
There's Mugin deep in the Harrisburg zone. He's tossed to the turf and no whistle. Freddie asked Ryan Sikic on the way by why not. Ryan says because it wasn't a foul. Fair enough. So Harrisburg with the 6th attacker. You can see him with the orange, neon orange jersey. He basically becomes an offensive player. He's allowed to possess the ball in the offensive zone. obviously cannot use his hands, although he can if he's back within the penalty box area in front of his own goal. Here's a shot and a good block on the defense by Teixeira. Goes out of play. So it'll be a kick in for Harrisburg from the near boards here. Pat Healy wants a timeout. Don't know if the officials are going to see it. They will see it and give Healy the timeout here. So Pat will try and talk a little strategy. Pat just retired basically as a player. He was very much a part of that Blast championship last year, and the opportunity came up this summer to come over to Harrisburg, only about 60 miles to the east of Baltimore, and along with his father Kevin, given the opportunity to reshape this Harrisburg franchise and give both the Healys credit and Carl Delmont and the ownership group in Harrisburg credit for turning the reins over to a couple of guys that I guess if they don't get it done, I don't know who could, because there are few in the game better than the Healys, and they certainly have a vision that will take time, but it's been nice to see some increased crowds in Harrisburg for the first couple of games. You and I, Chris, both know that Harrisburg is a market that very well will support the Heat. They've done it for many years, and I root for them when they're not playing the Tropics, because they're one of those small-town franchises that has to scrape together all the resources they can to try and put the best team out there they can, and they're competitive every year, and 2 years ago made the playoffs, and so, you know, they're there.
Absolutely. I mean, the player reaches a point in his career where you're at that transitional phase, and it's a hard decision, although I think Pat's got a lot. I mean, Pat could have played another 3-4 years, as far as I'm concerned. But you know what? He sees this as an opportunity, sees it as a chance to work with his father, which, I mean, that's got to be a very special bond, obviously, there. So, yeah, no, I think Harrisburg is definitely headed in the right direction.
They are winding things down at Silver Spurs Arena over in Orlando, and it is still 3-1 Blast with about 7 minutes to go in that one. So we'll see how it goes over the final half of the fourth quarter there. Here's a shot blocked by J.P. Reyes. Teixeira sticks a leg in there and tries to get it ahead to Rico. I remember a game in Harrisburg when Tony Miola used to play for the Buffalo Blizzard, and they were in town. Harrisburg put 7,000 people in the old State Farm Show Arena that night. I mean, sold it out. So,
well, back in the day, back when I owned the Attack, they were averaging 5,500, 6,000 fans a game. When they had John Abe and some other player, I don't remember the names now, but no, they had a great franchise. So I mean, the possibilities are there. Like I said, you can't have two better guys than Kevin and Pat Healy leading the show there and get them back to where they once were.
Tulute and Rico out there trying to run a little interference, and Tulute will continue to battle.
That's great. I mean, he's just killing the clock. That's
veteran play.
That's it. You don't need any more goals.
73 career games coming into the season and 68 goals in those 73 games. So like Freddie Mugin, Tulute, basically a goal-a-game guy. And he's got one here tonight, his second of the year in 3 games now. Inside 3 minutes to go. Rico will keep watch on things as Santana brings it now up the floor. Santana watched by Pereiras. Tropics pushing out high above the yellow line here against the 6th attacker.
Come on, Tropics fans, make some noise!
In front to Carvalho. Silva can't recover. Here's a shot and a goal. Nice work there. Good patient play by Danny Maleo. And the Heat bring it to within 7-4 with 2:16 to go. Maleo, kind of like Guilherme with his hat-trick goal, with that extra little touch to give himself the good angle and knock it in past Silva. J.P. Reyes had gone down to try and make the block, and Maleo was able to push it by J.P. and beat Silva. So
nothing's ever easy, Brian.
Nope, the Heat still with a little bit of hope and a little bit of time. Gonna need another quick one here. Tulute will play it back to Silva. Now over to Rico, who will push it up the floor. Rico gets it ahead to Pereiras. Pereiras couldn't control it. Francis gets it for the Heat. So one more chance for the Heat here with a couple of minutes to go. Rico with a challenge.
Sure.
Here come the Heat into the Tropic end of the field. Shot by Carvalho is high and wide on the near post. Comes all the way back out to Santana. To Francis. Francis with it at the yellow line. 1:30 to go. On top, here's a sixth attacker shot, and that's blocked. It'll stay in play. Teixeira, though, can't control it, so Santana will corral it. Salute with some pressure. Back to Santana. Harrisburg with possession, but have not really created much of the opportunities here for the last minute. There's a shot and a big save by Silva. Finally got some space in front of the net, and if anything, maybe too close. Here's another shot and a goal. Space in front by Carvalho, and he is able to tuck it in the far post, and it's 7-5.
Back-to-back chances like that. You don't leave somebody open like that, wide open in front of the goal. I mean, they're going to capitalize eventually.
Yeah, and I think Clay Roberts wants to talk things over here a little bit. Calls a timeout. Can't say that I blame him. 58 seconds is enough time for 2 goals in this league, no question about it. And you give a guy like Carvalho that much space to operate, even given the fact that it's a sixth attacker situation, and he's not going to miss all that often.
Maybe Silva just stopped him point blank, 10 seconds early. I mean,
yeah, not Silva's fault, no question.
A little bit of the old bugaboo, Brian.
Yeah,
again, 7-5.
Tropics fans, there's less than a minute left remaining in the game. Get on your feet.
Papa Alves comes out on the defense. Haven't seen him a lot here in the second half, so he should have fairly fresh legs. Chance in front. JP Reyes can't track it down. Francis will bring it back quickly for the Heat. Gets ahead of the field. There's a shot and a good chance by William Eske, and he just does miss high. But a pretty good opportunity right there for Harrisburg. Still with 42 seconds to go. Scrappy bunch, the Heat here tonight.
Give them credit, they never say die.
Silva will put it back in play here. Long outlet to JP Reyes, who'll just flick it on into the Harrisburg zone. Harrisburg going to need one on this offensive rush right here. Pressure by the Tropics. That's a Rico. Looks like a little jitterbug in the Harrisburg zone. Now Francis gets it over the midfield line, and one of the Tropics, or one of the Heat players is down and hurt. I don't know what happened. And the Heat just put it out of play to stop the clock with 15 seconds to go. That was kind of odd.
I think him and JP Reyes got tangled up. I don't.
Yeah, it must be.
JP's not that type of player.
No, not at all. Santana trying to plead his case. It was Konoff who was down on the turf, and he was not doing his team any favors at that point. And eventually, actually, Harrisburg had to put it out of play. Be a Rico on the restart, and he just sends it into the Harrisburg zone as we count down the final 10 seconds. The Tropics with a 7-5 lead. Looks like they will do enough to protect it here in the fourth quarter. Into the corner, and time has expired, and the Tropics do come home as winners here tonight. They beat the Harrisburg Heat 7-5 and improved their record on this young 2018-19 season to an even 2-2. Good way to start the homestand with a 7-5 win over the Heat. That is the only time these two teams will face each other this season. A big night for Guilherme. The hat trick for the Brazilian, who last year played defense for this Florida team. But boy, have they found an offensive weapon this year, as he has been moved up front because of some of the injuries to some of the Tropics forwards. And he has responded now with a hat trick here tonight. 6 goals for Guilherme in his 3 games played. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment. The final, the Tropics 7, the Harrisburg Heat 5. Back in a moment.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest of endings necessarily for the Tropics, but in the end, it's a big W. And a 2-2 record now after 4 games in this young season. And as we said, a good start to the homestand with the Milwaukee Wave coming to town a week from tomorrow night. And then the Orlando Seawolves here at the RP Funding Center against the Tropics on Saturday, December 29th. Last check, the Seawolves were trailing Baltimore 3-1 in the fourth quarter over in Kissimmee, so we'll try and get a final on that. But the highlights here tonight, well, Guillerme, that man right there, is the guy that you'll see most of the time doing the goal scoring here. Here's Max Toulouse setting up Freddie Mugin on the first goal of the game, as Mugin back for the first time this season after a little bit of a calf injury. He probably could have played if it was a playoff game or a big game, but decided to sit it out. And that was the 1-0 lead as Guillerme set that goal up and then scored his own from in front to give the Tropics a 2-0 lead. Harrisburg then really their best quarter by far, the second quarter. They came back to actually tie at 2-2. The great long shot by Santana, and that tied it at 2. But then the Tropics got 2 big goals very late in that first half. The first one is Freddie Mugin laid it off the boards to Max Toulouse, who was in front to give the Tropics a lead they eventually would never give up. That was 3-2 at that point, and then joined lately with some nice work on the far boards off the dasher boards, and Lucas Monaleris making the run to knock it home, makes it 4-2. Those 2 goals in the final 2 minutes of the first half really turned the momentum the Tropics' way. Lucas Teixeira with a nice follow after Laidley and Toulouse let it roll through to Lucas at the top of the penalty arc, and he did not make a mistake. That made it 5-2. The Tropics continuing to pour it on. Guillerme with a tremendous strike from outside the yellow line makes it 6-2. And Guillerme was not done. The Tropics had a power play, and believe it or not, it was Guillerme who got it done again. Toulouse with a nice little layoff, the extra touch by Guillerme, and he buries it for his 6th of the season. And that's how the Tropics got their 7. The Harrisburg Heat did come back and got a couple of late ones to pull within 7-5. But in the end, the Tropics win it and improve to 2-2. Harrisburg falls to 1-2. The Heat out shooting Florida tonight. And Hugo Silva, Chris, a big night. As we talk one more time to Clay Roberts, the Tropics head coach. Hey, we're talking a lot about Guillerme, and you really don't think you're going to put him back on defense, do you?
No, he's not.
He's proven the case that we're not going to be able to do that. But, that was in the plan, but we're definitely rethinking that the more we continue to play in this. The guy keeps stepping up and hitting lasers into the back of the net is something that you don't take away. So what a game for him.
Hey, Coach, this is Chris. There's no way Guy's going back on defense, buddy. I can tell you.
Hey, you questioned me when we had to make the move, and I think he's earning his keep. So
no,
I'm with you.
Hey, well, what did a guy like Freddie Mugin add to the game tonight? I mean, obviously his experience, scoring a goal and an assist. Max Toulouse. I mean, Brian, I've been talking about the whole broadcast up here. You just can't teach experience.
No, you can't. And those 2 guys, and you said it best, Max and Fred played big roles for us, and they helped us calm the game down, and they helped exploit some weaknesses that we thought we could get into them on, and that's how Max got in his goal. Great. I mean, it's a great indoor goal. Good ball in, good long run, ball off the boards. He's beating his guy in, and that's why he's a veteran. And Fred again, it's great to have him back out there. He just kind of, he brings the calmness to our team, and helps us with our possession and the ability to get it deep. And, you know, it's just for him to be on the scoreboard tonight, not even 100%, you know, we're definitely glad to have him back out there. And you know, we're slowly getting all the pieces together. So the guys did a great job. Obviously, when you go into a team, whenever you're, you know, sixth attacker, you're playing a team of veterans, they know what to do, and they have good players to execute. So they made it interesting at the end, but at the end of the day, the guys did a great job defensively and came out at halftime and executed exactly what we asked them to do. So great win for us.
Yeah, the other guy we talked a lot about tonight was Hugo Silva, who was big, really up until a couple of late ones. A 2-goal performance against tonight for Silva, and you know he was looking forward to this game, and he was big. And talk just a little bit about his play and what he means to this team back there as the backstop this year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've said it before. He was the biggest move that we went after in the team from last year, and he's proven it. You know, the guy, we go into halftime, they've just scored a couple set-piece goals, the blue card and the corner kick, and he's making big saves. Again, in the third and fourth, he's making big saves, and again, all the traffic gets in front of the net with the sixth attacker. You know, they're shooting through gaps, and he's barely seeing things, and so you can't fault the goalkeeper on those. That's just good sixth attacker play from a great player, Ricardinho, and Thiago Freitas on the side. And so, but again, he's tremendous. He calms us down. He makes the big save when we need it. You know, we've been guilty in 2 years as a franchise that when we concede a goal, you know, maybe there's a second one closely after that. And I think he fixes that problem for us. He calms us down. And the guys trust him. And the goalkeeper being trusted by the team is everything. And so, you know, just, again, he's a huge part of our win tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. Coach, thank you. We got Milwaukee here next week. We know that'll be a challenge, and we'll look forward to talking to you then.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Coach Clay Roberts of the Florida Tropics. A big night for the home side as they get out to an early lead, the Harrisburg Heat rally, but then it was all Florida after that to loot with a goal. And, of course, the big night by Guilherme, the hat trick, as the Tropics win it 7-5. We thank you for joining us. Thanks to the crew at Gemstone for their great work. We will talk to you next Saturday, the final, the Tropics 7, Harrisburg 5. Good night, everybody.